All right, number one, I think men should take birth control because because it incentivizes unprotected sex in committed relationships. And I was very specific about saying committed relationships because I'm not, I don't think it's responsible to be like out there in the streets having unprotected sex. But when you're in a committed relationship, sometimes people they don't want to get pregnant and they want to be extra precautious. So condoms and birth control are kind of like their go-to method. So my personal belief is that if you're on birth control and I'm on birth control, then let's just go ahead and go by the wayside. The effectiveness to me speaks for itself. And we should both be able to enjoy this very wonderful experience without the barriers. Number two, equalizes the burden of responsibility. So for decades, it has been the burden of the woman to make sure that she was doing everything that she could to make sure that the pregnancy, that there were no pregnancy slip-ups, right? She got to make sure she's on the pill. And if there's any type of mishap, she's taking the morning after, or going to the clinic. There's just so much burden that's placed on the woman. Then, of course, if she does get pregnant, what happens? And we are responsible, more or less. I'm not saying every single time, but more or less we're responsible for raising the children that we have as co-cooperators in the situation. So to me, male birth control levels the playing field, gives you guys the burden of responsibility as well. So yeah, I don't see a reason why you shouldn't want to be on board with that. Which brings me to point number 3 is avoid fathering unwanted/unplanned children. Listen, there are very few women that I just know. I mean, women will say, oh no, I don't want no kids, right? That's what they say. I will say overwhelmingly, it's men that are like, oh no, I don't want no kids. Oh no, we need to handle that. When a woman gets knocked up, she's making decisions one way or the other. But again, historically, it's you men that are saying y'all don't want any part of it. So what happens when she goes through with it? Then you guys are complaining. Oh, she's gonna come from my pockets. You always go back to that financial piece. So this is another way for you guys to ensure that you ain't got to be responsible for kids you don't want or kids you didn't plan. Number 4, the number 4 reason men should take birth control pills, it reduces trust issues. How many times have you questioned whether someone really took a pill or not? I've had people say, she said that she was on the pill and she still got pregnant. And it really messed them up after that. They are just super having trust issues with anybody comes afterwards because they ended up in a situation. Now, for the most part, people, they roll with the punches. Most dads do step up, not all of them, but most dads do step up. But nevertheless, I think if men were responsible for their own pills to reduce, the probability of unwanted pregnancies, then I think, then that would reduce your trust issue. So you don't have to worry about, did you take the pill? You took your pill. And number 5, the final reason that I have decided that men should take birth control is it increases empathy. I think when a man sees a woman on a pill and she's complaining about weight gain and she's complaining about mood swings and she's complaining about not being in the mood because birth control does reduce your libido. So when a woman has all those things and now all of a sudden a man experiences those things as well, I think this is a really great opportunity for you guys to also develop some empathy regarding our issues.